This is Shelley Crafts coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you live from the Sprott Symposium 2018 in Vancouver, BC, Canada. With me today is Jeff Swinoga from First Mining Gold. It's a publicly traded company, and its symbol is FF on the TSX, and on the OTCQX in the US, the symbol is FFMGF. Jeff, welcome to SNNLive.
Well, thanks, Shelley. It's a pleasure to be here.
Nice to have you. Yeah. Let's get started with a brief overview of the company, and we'll go from there.
Sure. I got to tell you, First Mining is a tremendous company. I'm very happy to be here. I just joined in January. We've got a very large and well-diversified portfolio of gold assets, and we're looking to develop them over time. And the vision is to become a large producing company, gold producing company in Canada.
Now, what's some history of the company?
Sure. Yeah. Well, the history is, Keith Neumeier is our founding chairman, a tremendous individual, company builder of the last 3 years in a low gold price environment. He's accumulated 25 gold properties. So now we're in a higher gold price environment, and we're looking to develop those properties. We're very fortunate because with this foundation that we have, we've got 4 properties in Ontario, we've got a few in Quebec, and one very nice one in Newfoundland. But we can now start developing these properties and de-risking them for the benefit of shareholders.
Now, what's unique about First Mining?
Oh, well, I think the uniqueness that comes in a couple different parts. One is that Springpole. We've got the Springpole Gold Project. It's almost got 5 million ounces of gold in Ontario. Great jurisdiction to be in. Lots of infrastructure and permitting process is very relatively easy to go through. And so it's very large. One of the largest undeveloped gold properties in Canada. It's actually the number 1 in Ontario. It's 110 kilometers away from Gold Corp's Red Lake property. So it's big, and again, it's in Ontario. I guess the second thing is that we've got the Golden property, which is very exciting. It's got a 50-kilometer strike length. We've only been exploring 2-3 kilometers. Now we're stepping out doing 10 kilometers of regional exploration. So we'll have those results out in the next month or so. So that's exciting. And then also we've adopted a values-based culture. And this is what we want to do to build trust with local communities and indigenous people around our projects. Very important to do that because we want to have a holistic approach to doing this in Ontario. If we had one project, that's great, but now we've got 4 projects. So it's very important to do this. These are the values that we all hold dear, honesty, trustworthy, dignifying, caring, and fairness, how we all want to be treated. So we're adopting that for our own employees, of course, government relations, local communities, and indigenous, as I mentioned.
So what's your competitive advantage?
We've got a number of competitive advantages. One big one is Springpole, as I mentioned. Almost 5 million ounces of gold in Ontario, great jurisdiction. It's a very large project. On average, it will produce about 300,000 ounces per year at a very attractive cost, about $700 all in sustaining. We've got a number of people on the ground looking to de-risk it, and we've kicked off the federal environmental process as well as the provincial environmental process. We're actually embarking upon a metallurgical study to improve the economics and look at the flow sheet. We're going to have a pre-feasibility study launched next year as well. So it's big, it's sizable, it's low cost, and it's great to be working on projects like that in Ontario.
Now, what's the track record of the boots on the ground guys and the GOs, et cetera?
Well, we've got over 30 staff members, right? So again, with this large portfolio of gold assets, but we're really focused on a couple key ones for the benefit of shareholders. One is Springpole, as I mentioned. The second is Goldland. We're doing some regional drilling on that. But the people up north that working for us are tremendous. We've got 4 key leaders up there, all with 30+ years experience, and these are going to be the drivers, right? So we're empowering them. We're giving them the tools to be successful. They've done it in the past. They're going to do it again, and I'm very happy to have them on our team.
What's your background?
Oh, my background. I've loved working on projects. I got into mining back in 1998 when I joined Barrick Gold. Worked there for 7 years, working on the Bulyanhulu project, working on a project down in South America. I worked at Hudbay Minerals for 3 years with their expansion plan there. Worked at North American Palladium for 4 years when they expanded their operations. And then I recently worked at Torex Gold, the project down in Mexico, $800 million project. And that was very successful. So happy to be here working on 4 projects in Ontario, 1 in Newfoundland, and it's just tremendous for everyone.
So you're heading into serious development now.
Yes, well, again, we've got 30-plus staff members working hard, de-risking assets for the benefit of shareholders. We're very systematic in our approach. We want to make sure that we're good, not lucky. It's good to be lucky as well, but you know, I'm a very systematic person, and I think with the values-based culture that we've created here, you know, we're going to put that in our decision making as well as our communication strategy. Again, to build trust with local communities, Indigenous up north, to be successful with these projects.
Now, from what you can tell me, what are some growth drivers going forward?
Well, some of the key growth drivers for us is that this metallurgical study coming out in Q4 will be very important to look at the flow sheet for Springpole, so people should watch out for that. We also will be hitting our milestones for our permitting as we go through an environmental assessment, so there'll be a number of press releases on that. There will be also our golden drilling. You know, again, we only looked at 2-3 kilometers within that 50-kilometer strike. So stepping out 10 kilometers, if we see the same sort of mineralization that we saw within the 2 or 3 kilometers, that's going to be tremendous. And then you kind of go, okay, what's next? How do we make it bigger and better, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get your website out there for more information, if you would.
Sure, it's firstmininggold.com, and please go to our website. We've got a video on Springpole. We've got lots of information. We've got a number of projects, but you know, very great projects in Ontario and as well as Newfoundland.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Swinoga from First Mining Gold. It's a publicly traded company. I'm going to give you 2 symbols. It's FF on the TSX, and it's FFMGF on the OTCQX in the U.S. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Sprott Symposium 2018 in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Jeff, it was a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, thanks, Shelley. It was great to meet you.